Yo, these are the top things that I wish someone would have told me before going into nursing school. Welcome back to The Grappling Nurse. I'm Samson. And today I'm going to get into some of the things that I wish someone would have just sat me down, or I would have found a video like this to like calm my nerves. Because before you get into nursing school, your mind is just it's just going crazy. And then when you get accepted into nursing school, you have this little limbo period before you actually start. Mine was about like 6 months. And during that 6 months, man, my mind was just playing tricks on me. Even going into that first semester, like there's things that you're feeling and thoughts that go through your mind that if someone would just sit there and tell you, look, this is normal and everything's good, it would make your life a whole lot easier. It would have made mine a whole lot easier. But now that I got through the first semester and I've talked to some people about it and I've seen how other people dealt with this, I want to give these little things to you. So when you go into nursing school, you're completely prepared, okay? So the first thing that I wish someone would have told me about nursing school was the pace is a lot faster than you expect, okay? And I think this is why they say nursing school is so hard. There's always something that you have to do, right? You have lectures, for me, lectures twice a week, plus clinicals twice a week, and the lectures are like 120 slides. You have clinicals where you got to do your med sheets and your pathos, and then you got an exam in 2 weeks, and it's just nonstop. It's just coming, okay? It's a lot faster than you expect, but you'll get accustomed to it. All right. In the beginning, everyone was like, oh my God, this is so much stuff. How they expect us to do it? And then all of a sudden, boom, everyone was like going. We was going super easy after the first 2 weeks. The first week, you're going to see everything that you got. I remember seeing my first orientation and I was like, oh my God, look at all these pages they want you to read. Look at all these chapters. Look at all this, look at all this, look at all this, look at all this. It was overwhelming. But after the first week and a half, 2 weeks, I can see like a cloud of relief on everybody because they're like, okay, this is how we're gonna do it. This is the setup. This is how we're gonna do it. It's a lot, but it's very manageable once you get used to it. Once you go into the flow of things, okay? So in the beginning, it's gonna seem crazy, but you will find your groove and it won't be as bad as it looks, okay? But the pace is gonna be faster than you expect, okay? 2, studying hard isn't the same as studying right, okay? You're not gonna have much time to study. Like in prereqs, you might have had 8 hours a day to study. I don't know what you do, right? Me, I work 2 jobs, I have a family, and I'm in nursing school, and the nursing school, like I said, it's faster than expected, so they don't leave you a lot of time to study. Probably for most of my exams, you know, I've studied less than 4 hours. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, all my exam scores were in the high 80s, 89. I think I got like 89 3 times and like an 88 twice, right? I did bad on one exam, which I talked about in the other video, bad as in a 78. But most of the even for my final, like I was trying to find as much time as I could. I got like 4 or 5 hours of study time in, right? But it's not about the amount of time or like the amount of studying you do, but it's about getting that good quality study time, right? Or good quality studying in. For example, instead of just reading through your notes, I only read my notes through one time, maybe 2, right? And then after that, I'm doing nothing but NCLEX style exams because that's what helps me learn the best. If it's flashcards for you, do something that's a high value, like exam questions, because it's gonna make you think. It's better to understand the concepts than it is to remember every little thing, right? If you understand the concept of pneumonia and they give you a question that's kind of funky, you'll be able to sit there and think like, okay, I know this is what happens here. I know the aspiration this and this and that, and I know the lungs this and that. Okay, this has got to be this. You're going to be able to do a process of elimination. You're going to be able to do something, okay? So make sure you get good quality study time in. And for me, I would tell you to do NCLEX style practice tests, right? You can make them on ChatGPT. If you want a video of how I studied for my exams with 2 jobs and still was able to get an A in the semester, go ahead and leave me a comment or something and I'll let you guys know, okay? And with that said, make sure you just subscribe if you like videos like this. Leave me comments of things you want to know about nursing school so I have ideas of what to bring you guys, okay? Number 3, grades matter. They do matter, but they're not the end all be all, okay? Like I said before, I would rather have a B than an A and not remember or understand anything, right? So the goal is passing and understanding, because as the semesters go, they're going to compound. You're going to have to know what you learned in first semester to be able to get through second semester. But at the same time, you don't want to be going into clinicals and going to help people and you don't understand. So don't study for A's and do the work for A's. Do it to understand. So sometimes you might be doing a worksheet or something, and you might just be like, yo, I could do this on ChatGPT and get it done and get an A on it, right? But that's not going to help you understand, right? Sit there, do the work. Maybe you get a B on it, but you got a lot more retained knowledge from doing that than you did by just getting the ChatGPT to do it for you. Now, I'm not saying I don't use ChatGPT, because I use it damn near for everything, but I use it to understand. With that, like, I was used to getting 99s and like, I think chemistry, I got like 100. I ended the semester with 103%. Anatomy, I got like a 97%. Physiology, like a 94%, 95%. I was used to getting high 90s. And I ended the nursing with 91%, right? Which is a low A, but I feel like I really got an understanding of what we were going over, right? So grades matter, but I would have been happy with the low B, you know what I'm saying? If I really felt like I understood. There's a saying, Matthew McConaughey, I forgot. It's a meme. He was like, what'd he say? I wish I could find it. He said, I would take an experienced C over an ignorant A any day of the week, right? It was way cooler than that. If y'all remember the quote, put it down in the comments. If not, I'm going to put it in the comments for you guys. I'm going to go find it and I'm going to put it in there. It was funny because I was sharing that with all my cohort mates to let them know, like, look, it's about understanding, not about the A, okay? But it's good if you can get the A too, okay? Number 4, and this is a big one. Clinicals are going to feel awkward in the beginning. They did for me. They did for, I think, everybody, right? You're going into a new setting, a hospital setting. You're kind of nervous. You're like, yo, I don't really know anything. Yeah, but even though you do, you're going in there like, yo, I don't know anything. You know what I'm saying? But as you get in there, as you start helping patients, you know, maybe your first patient might be a little weird. You're gonna go in there and be, hey, my name is Samson, I'm a student nurse, and you're gonna think like, why would they even want a student nurse, right? They're gonna be like, get out, I don't want no student. But that's not what happened. In fact, a lot of the patients, if not all the patients I had, except for my dementia patients, they were very accepting of having a student nurse and even happy because they got special treatment. Like, I was focused on them for damn near the entirety of the 10-hour clinical shift, or 9 hours, however long it was. So I was always in there. I was like, hey, can I get you anything? Can I do this? Can I do that? Can I do this? Can I do that? They loved it, right? And at the end of the clinical, they were like, I'm so happy that you were my nurse, right? They don't even view you as a student anymore. They view you as a nurse. I know it's very nerve-wracking to think about it, but you know, hopefully you're at a good school. They're going to set you up for success, right? Any of the skills that you're going to have to do that you learned that semester, the chances is either your professor is going to be there with you or the nurse is going to be there with you. And for some of the things like pulling out catheters and stuff, my first time doing it, you know, the nurse I was like, yo, this is my first time. He's like, cool, no problem. We're going to get you right. And we went in there, he talked me through it. I did it, boom, piece of cake. Now I do it, you know, by myself all the time. Not by myself, but I do it all the time. Very easy, right? Next semester, I'll be doing it by myself, I think. Same with IV pools, things like that. The reason why it's nervous, this is the first time doing it, right? When have you pulled an IV out of somebody, unless you're an LVN already, right? But once you do it once, you get it and you got it. It's super easy. Now it's like clockwork, right? Just understand that it's gonna feel awkward. It feels awkward for everybody. But after that first initial week, you know, maybe 2, depending if you're an introvert or not, extrovert. I'm an extrovert, so, you know, after the first day or 2, I felt like, okay, I got it, I'm in there. You know what I'm saying? But could be 2 weeks. But I know everybody that I went to in my cohort, after 2 weeks, they were like, yo, this is like going to work. It's easy. You know what I'm saying? So don't worry, it'll get better. Number 5 on my list of what I wish I would have known. Time management is the real challenge. If you don't have a job, if you're not going to work, I don't see it as being a challenge at all. I'm not going to lie. Like I said, it's fast paced, but I work 2 jobs, and I still have time to spend with my wife on Sundays, and we go out and we still do things, right? That kind of ties into studying efficiently and not, just studying to study. Study efficiently. Understand the material you're getting. But time management is going to be big. You got to have good time management skills, because if not, you're going to get super, super far behind. I'm very bad with time management skills. So my time management skill is to just do everything that's due right away. And then that's it. Because if I don't do it right away, then I won't do it. And then I know that I'll forget something, and then I'll go to class and I'll be like, oh shoot, I was supposed to do that. So they usually give you like everything that you have for the week, right? Like, well, my school gives you everything that you're gonna do for like the whole semester. But I think they open the things up a week in advance, so I just kind of get everything done, like tickets to class, which is something they require you to have before you go into lectures, just a little like mini assignment. I get those done like the same day for both lectures. I get my med sheets done, patho sheets done like the same day, like all of it. It could be that Sunday where I just get all my work done. I spend like 4 hours just doing everything, and then I'm good for the week. And then I can just focus on learning, and I can focus on the material coming out, and I can focus on, other things, right? For work or whatever I got to do. But that's kind of how I manage my time, because I know myself and I know I'm not going to follow a calendar. Like, I have a calendar all built out, perfect. It looks beautiful, but I don't look at it ever, and I don't follow nothing on it. So I know I just got to get the work done right away, and then I'm good. I want to say my number 6 is actually my biggest one, so I'm gonna give you that one last because it's a big thing. Oh no, I can't, because number 7 has to be the last one. So my number 6 is a lot about what you're stressing about doesn't actually matter. A lot of the things that I was stressing about before I came in didn't matter at all. One thing was, imposter syndrome is a big thing going into nursing school. Do I belong here? Especially like someone like me coming from my background, and the medical field was never something that I thought about. So after a while, going through prereqs, I was kind of confident, and then we got into the nursing school, and I'm like, everyone in here got A's. Everyone in here is like, some people are, I remember telling my wife, I was like, man, they got people in there, lobotomists, man. They've been putting in needles and taking them out for like 5 years. We got LVNs in there. We got people that have been working in the medical field their whole life. I'm like, bro, I'm coming from a personal training background, and I fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, my experience level is seeing people bleed on me or me bleeding on them. You know what I mean? And so I was like, do I belong here? Right? But you do. As I went on, you realize everyone has this feeling like, do I belong here, or this or that, right? Because hopefully you guys get in a good cohort, right? But you'll see other people and they're really good at something, and you'll be like, damn, I'm not good at that. But then other people will come to you and be like, yo, do you work in the medical field? Because you're really good at this. And then you guys realize that everyone's learning the same thing, right? They might have a little bit of experience here, but you're learning the RN way. And no one in that cohort knows the RN way. So you guys are all learning. You guys are all supposed to be there. Remember, to get into the RN school, that requires a lot of work. There's a reason why you have to get the 70 points to be able to apply. You have to get this score on the T's. You have to get this. You have to get that, because that qualifies you to be in nursing school. So you're supposed to be there. You're qualified to be there. You can do it, right? And another thing that was stressing me about was like, everyone's smarter than me. Everyone's doing better than me. Everyone this. Stop. The thing is, a lot of people was thinking that, because you talk to other people and they was thinking the same things, but you guys are all in it together, man. And it's not if he gets an A and I get a B, I'm not going to graduate. The goal is to get your license, period, right? And what you'll realize is that you guys are going to work together. You guys are going to help each other out. In the cohorts, everyone in my cohort, we help each other out. We help each other learn. We help each other grow. If someone's getting a 94% on tests, like I have a girl that she's getting 94s on every test, and I'm like, yo, help me, man. I can't. She's sending me a note. Just do this. Boom, 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 boom. Right? She's doing what she can to help me out. So don't think that you don't belong. Another thing that you stress about was having the perfect supplies. The perfect stethoscope, the perfect this, the perfect that. You don't need it. I did it. I bought a whole bunch of stuff that I didn't need, man. I bought things like this. Hold on. Things like, sorry, I might have just hit the mic. That might have been loud. Sorry. Things like the nursing school bundle, a whole bunch of other supplemental material that I've never used one time. Never once. Not saying it's a bad idea. Like these are like clinical cards that are supposed to go in your pocket. Clinical pocket guide. Like this is stuff that I haven't even opened these yet. Maybe I'll do a giveaway, man, to somebody with the nursing book and the clinical pocket guide. But things like that, I didn't use, right? It didn't need to get it. My supplies, just get some cheap stuff, man. Stethoscope, I wouldn't say get cheap, but just get enough so you can hear, right? But you don't need to get the electromagnetic increasing sound. You know what I'm saying? You don't need it. You know what I'm saying? Also, as far as books go, I'm not going to tell you not to get the books because, I'm not going to say that. I haven't used the book once. Okay, well, let me take that back. I use the book sometimes, never. Okay, we'll leave it right there. And the last thing, don't stress about feeling behind in the first few weeks, right? You know what I'm saying? Like I said, there's so much stuff and you're going to feel like you're behind. Just keep chugging away and you're going to realize you're not behind. You're right there with everyone else. And like some of the questions I was asking people in the beginning, like, did you do this yet? And they were like, nah, did you? I was like, nah. I was like, okay, I'm just making sure I'm not behind. And they were like, yeah, me too. And I was like, no, we in the same. Okay, so don't worry about that. Okay, man. Or sis. You know what I'm saying? I don't mean to gender profile you. I know that's a thing going on now. So, and then the last thing is what I tell myself if I were to start again. So the first thing is like, yo, first off, you belong here, okay? You're definitely capable of doing this. So don't compare yourself to other people. You're going to be your own nurse. Everyone here is learning everything for the first time, period. You know what I'm saying? Even LVNs, they have nursing experience, but they don't have the RN nursing experience, right? So things are going to be a little different for them. I would say if you're LVN, you should have a little leg up, right? But even we have an LVN in our class too. She's definitely getting A's, you know what I'm saying? But she's like, some of the stuff I'm learning is new, you know what I'm saying? So you're starting at a pretty even playing field, so don't worry. And you are capable. If you got in, you're definitely capable to do it. Two is you'll adjust, man. Trust me, you'll adjust. It's gonna be hectic at first, but after that first 2 weeks, you're gonna get it. It's just you're not even gonna know that you're getting it. You're just gonna be like, oh, I'm in there. I'm just going. I'm smooth selling, super easy. And then last but not least, I would tell myself just to keep showing up, right? Keep going every day, show up, and before you know it, you'll be done. The first couple weeks, I was like, this is going to be a long semester. And then all of a sudden, I blinked and I fainted, and then I was up, and then I was done. You know what I'm saying? That's how quick it felt. In the beginning, I was like, oh my gosh, this is going to be a long semester. Then someone knocked me out, and I woke up, and it was done. And I was like, dang, cool. Only 3 more left to go, right? So, yeah, man, these are some of the things that I wish someone told me before I started school, especially with the imposter syndrome, man. You belong. Trust me. Just keep going, man. If you need help, if you need help with material, if you need help with just you're feeling down, leave me a comment. You know what I'm saying? I'll find a way to get in contact, DMs, whatever it is. Yeah, I'm here for y'all. So, I'm still in school. Hopefully y'all here for me. You know what I'm saying? But I'll be here for y'all. So make sure y'all subscribe, hit that noti bell, and leave me a comment. But other than that, man, that's the video.